Welcome to episode 256 of the Craftverse series. We finally got all the roofing except for the very tippy top in. As you can see, it's still an open concept at the moment. I will be sealing that off today, but I didn't realize until I was doing the roofing that I had forgotten one specific part of down here. So let's go ahead and get to it. Over these drip leaves, I am including spore blossoms, preventing these from growing all the way up so you can always see them, and adding a little bit of extra texture. Because in every lush cave, you will encounter the possibility of a spore blossom. It's not necessarily guaranteed that you will find a spore blossom, but the possibility is always there. So now we have to go up to the very tippy top. And while we're out here, I might as well show you that I have finished 90% of the roofing. The only thing that remains now out here is getting the top done and then adding in my chains and lanterns, which I still haven't done yet. And we'll do that all at the same time once I get these in. So we're going to go ahead and place these down. And the one extra cool thing we're going to do today is we're going to extend this in this fashion. Out this way. Ooh, not you. Grab that, flick that back down, and we're going to stick that right here. Stick this right here. Try to remember, that way we don't see any of the redstone block. And then in between, we're going to be filling in the remainder of this part of the roof with slabs. Yeah, that fell all the way down. That's fine. Sure, we cannot see any of them, and looks like we're good. I just have to go across this way. And then we're completely done with that. So now it's a matter of filling in the rest of this bit with the slab roof. Because this is the easiest way to get the roofing completely done. Once we get this in, we have to top it off. And this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting when we're flying out of that hole, because we're not going to have free open air to do that with. So we have to time our rockets correctly in order to get out of there without colliding with anything. But, you know, it's worth it to make this aesthetic. Not to mention, directly on top of this is going to be our beacon. Maybe not directly right here, one more over and then directly up. Because that's not mathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, that's not massing out yet. So we go 1 flat. Then we do this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so what we're gonna do here. Is this. Wrap 1 level around. Nine, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one gets the netherite. Simply because you pretty much require netherite gear to survive any type of conflict with the Warden for any length of time. He does way too much damage otherwise. That, and I want it to be the best possible beacon for speed. Okay, beacon is set. We make use speed, secondary power regen, lit. It's going to look a little bit different, but it's fine. The gist is there. I did the same thing with the Guardian Tower too. I kind of whiffed it a little bit. But it's fine. Being a bit different gives them all character. Do I have planks? I have stick. I don't think stick's gonna help me. You're gonna make me go all the way back down there just to get 2 slabs. Two slabs. Yep. Well, there's my clock. Well, since there's still 2 together and a solid platform, time to sleep. And then I'll just fly back down. Let's see what this looks like. Not too bad with the slight difference, actually. If I do say so myself. Kind of saves itself a little bit. Okay. Now I need to grab these 16. That'll be exactly enough, actually, so I don't need to get any other lanterns than that. That's good. I won't be needing those anymore. I won't be needing the stairs anymore. I always overshoot with those, but I'd rather have more than not enough. It's coming together. It's coming together. I've got lights. Those will, in theory, prevent that from freezing. Get rid of this snow here. Now there will never be any more snow inside this build. Very good. Up here and place these so I don't get spawns or snow. This is good. Just go 3 up. Let's get all of these in play and then we're done. Fully and totally done with the build itself. Now it helps if I'm up here. This is the easiest way I've found at getting these in, and they will be in the perfect position. And it doesn't throw off any of your other additions to the wings. Okay, this level is finished. Again, it would help if I'm up there. So used to placing blocks, I forget I actually have to be on top of said blocks. Okay, I didn't do that. I don't know what caused that hole down there. Apparently I was aiming at the block I wasn't trying to aim at. Good to know. When I get to this corner on the lower levels, it's going to be a bit tricky, so I have to try and do this quick. I don't want to have creepers blow up all of the progress I've just gotten done. At a certain point, I'm going to have to come by and clean out all these trees. You know what I forgot to do when I'm coming down here is put the extra skulk veins up there, but they're minor details that aren't really that important. That's a personal preference, but it's not really a requirement to get the aesthetic of the build, so I'm not going to worry about it. Hello, Fox. You enjoying your snow? Got one more on this tier, and then it's the danger tier. And for once, that sentence is not referring to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Conversation. Let's go one more out. Nope. That's what I did not want to happen. Oh, you almost got me, you tricky little... Just put you out of your misery. We're gonna go over here now. For right now, the trees are being helpful. But if they're helpful to me, they're also helpful to my enemy. So eventually they will have to go. Can I make that? Yes, actually. How surprising that is. Should probably have my shovel, but I don't have it on me. None of those are fall in. They're just regular snow. Can live with that. And yoink. And the build is done. It is fully in place. Interior and exteriors are in. All the lights. And it works with the environment instead of going against it or carving out sections of mountain. So it looks more natural because humans would just kind of build stuff into the environment and make it stable. Should probably grab a few more of those before I go on another flight. Boop. Shovel just in case. You. I'm happy with this. Let me know in the comments, what would you change about this build? Would you have potentially swapped out the skulk for something, or swapped out the other stuff for more skulk? I tried to have a little bit of a balance of the deep slate action and the skulk. The only things I'm not willing to put in here are shriekers, because those are just very loud and annoying, and catalysts, which could turn all of my block choices into skulk, and I don't want to do that. Which could also, given that mobs like to spawn out here, spawn shriekers, which would naturally spawn wardens, which I don't want to be in my tower. It's time to clean this mess up and head on home. Put you back. Just have an extra one. Those in there. Sword. Axe. Actually, I'm going to put this over here. Hopefully, I'll be able to pick all of this up without issue, because there shouldn't be more than 2 full rows of shulker boxes anyway. The middle area is more affected by the lighting, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal to not have carpets. Should honestly probably move you. Here's a good spot. Maybe up there with the safe area. Yeah, we'll probably put you like right here. That way you won't spawn, but it still works. Very, very happy with this turnout. And the reason I went with the palette up here that I did was because if you're in an ancient city, you're going to have a ton of stone above your head. It's not deep slate, it's more andesite, so it could go in either level. So it works. It is done. Let us go home. Reset our spawn point where it belongs in our house. Okay, there's a fox in here. Do I actually have a... You know what? We'll see if you're still here when I come back. You can't go on... Oh, well, you will be here because you picked up an item. That's fine. As long as you stay right there, buddy. Don't go underneath and don't jump out and you should be fine. Just guarantee he can't jump. I now have a fox friend. Going to leave it at that. A snow fox being brought through the Nether back to a non-snow biome would be interesting. And for those who haven't been keeping up, there's quite a bit of expansion done over here. I have gone all the way down this pathway to that portal, all the way down to the mangrove swamp portal, which I will be utilizing later for a fish farm. I've also, in my search for a lush cave, because I didn't have nearly enough spore blossoms, have found a witch hut, so I can then make a witch farm for redstone. Because realistically, my mob grinder is not as dependable because it's not focused on witches to get redstone. I get a ton of gunpowder, fair amount of glowstone, but most of it is bones and arrows. And rotten flesh. Can't forget that. I literally have 4 rows of rotten flesh in one of my units for that. I have some organizing and putting away to do, but this, as a refresher, is what we have going on for all of my storage. The entire thing is a 3-wide path, except for obviously these little sections right here, which have the two wide chests. But I like the way it fits almost every single item I ever need. There's a couple I need to stock up on, obviously, but for the most part, we're pretty good. And since we've gone over a couple of times this week, we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. And I will see you next week for more shenanigans, and I have to figure out what exactly we'll be doing for that one. Peace out, everyone.